teaching you how to solve an equation using the around and back method, which is basically finding the equation of, story of an equation. So first things first, we start with the variable. The variable in this problem is x. So we're going to work through a story to figure out what happened to it and then undo it to find out the answer. So first thing that happens to x is it's multiplied by 2. So I'm going to multiply by 2 over here. That gives us a 2x. The next thing that happens to us in the sequence, because it's in the parentheses, is we subtract 4. So in the next step, it was subtracted by 4. And then the 2 out in front would indicate that this whole quantity here was multiplied by 2. So I'm going to put the multiplication of 2 here. So that's the front part of it. Now we work backwards to figure out what our solution is. So on the way back, we start doing the inverse operations to find out what the value of x is. So in our first step, instead of multiplying by 2, we're going to divide both sides by 2, which would be this line here. We're going to divide this side by 2 and divide this side by 2. In doing so, the 2 here will cancel each other out, so there's really no need to distribute. You could if you wanted to before you started, but this allows you to kind of reduce that step. Then you've got 2x minus 4 is equivalent to 8 divided by 2 is going to be 4. The next thing we did, coming back the other direction, was to subtract 4, so now we're going to add 4. So in doing so, we want to add 4, and notice I'm putting them under each of the constant terms and not under the variable term. These cancel out now, and over here we got 4 plus 4 is going to be 8, which leaves us with the 2x. In the last step, instead of multiplying by 2, we want to do the inverse step from what it was on the other side, and that's to divide by 2. So I divide this left-hand side by 2, and then the right-hand by 2, and you would get the value of x equals 4. In the end, it gets you back to x. It allows you to see the story of how it was created and also how you find the solution.